Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. Today I'm taking you guys along with me to basically run errands, give you guys an update on what's happening at the lot. But main thing is we gotta drop off a Jeep at Copart because unfortunately, so I replaced the two sensors on it. When I first picked it up, it had rough idle. So now it doesn't have a rough idle. I fixed that issue. And then I finally took it for a drive. The first time I took it for a drive, everything was good. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna take it home. I'm gonna drive it, let the battery charge up, make sure check engine light doesn't come back, make sure I can pass DEQ. And then I go into like second, third gear and it goes up to like 5,000 RPM and it doesn't shift. And I was like, what the heck? And I couldn't get over 35 miles per hour. So I turned around, went back to the lot. Killed it, started it again, went down the street. It seemed like it shifted better, but still the shift points are way too high. So either, I don't know, transmission issue or something of that sort. And then once like back and forth driving around, I can smell coolant. And when I first got it, I noticed that the coolant was a little bit low, so I added coolant to it. So I'm assuming there is a coolant leak and a possible transmission issue. And right now it is very, very heavily seller's market, and it's a nice Jeep. So I'm gonna take it to Copart, see if I could at least break even, maybe make some money on it. I guess we'll find out, but that's the main thing on the list right now. So I'm heading to the lot, show you guys the Jeep there. We'll kind of go through an update on the cars. And yeah, we'll continue on with the video from there. Made it to the lot, and so I'm not used to wearing sunglasses on video. Before we continue, I have thoroughly enjoyed this car. So we did the carbon clean on it, and it's still having the issue. It helped, but it's still having the issue. I did pour some injector cleaner in it, basically to clean the whole system. And I actually drove it to Seattle a few weekends ago for a wedding. I tell you what, guys, this car, especially for 2008, it is so solid. It is unbelievably smooth. I mean, I hit triple digit speeds and it feels like you're doing 60, 65. It is unbelievably smooth. And power delivery, you know, up to 4,000 RPM. I mean, it's so effortless with the V10 underneath the hood. Truly an amazing car, and I'm gonna try to fix it. I have a crankshaft position sensor on the way. The reason why I think it's a crankshaft position sensor is because one of the symptoms under harder acceleration, if the crankshaft position sensor is malfunctioning, it is not being able to calculate I think the fuel delivery or air mixture or something of that sort. So that's why it kind of jerks. Again, this is kind of on a whim, but a brand new sensor is like 50 bucks. So I'm gonna try to replace it. Should be here today or tomorrow. Hopefully that fixes the issue. If not, honestly, I think I'm gonna take it back to my mechanic and just have him go through the whole car and figure out what is wrong with it. But this car has been an absolute pleasure to drive. It's just, man, it's a really smooth ride. This car is back. It got a starter. It runs really well. No warning lights on the dash. Very comfortable. It will need a detail, but since it's my brother's car, he could take care of that. This one I got back from my mechanic after the MDS solenoids were replaced. And it threw a cylinder 6 misfire, so it's actually like a spark plug or ignition coil code, and it was dripping some oil. So I reached out to him, and he said he's leaving on vacation the day I picked it up, or the day after. So I'm just leaving it here for now until he returns, and then I will take it back to him, have him inspect it again, see what happened. But this is the Jeep we got to take to Copart. Now, unfortunately, it's a really nice Jeep, and it has issues. But leather interior, it's a limited. I think it has heated seats and whatnot. So I'm going to get the jump box for it, start it, let it run, let it warm up. Update on this Infinity, that is being sold. I had a gentleman come out a few days ago. Well, today's Monday, he came out Friday. We ran through the credit application with a bank. They approved him, essentially like a pre-approval process. So he sent me all the stipulations, so like driver's license, proof of insurance, a proof of residence, a phone bill, all the little things that the bank requires in order to actually fund the deal. So those were sent off to the bank over the weekend. Like I said, today is Monday. What time is it? Around noon. And we're waiting for the bank to process those, see if anything is missing, if they require anything additional. But once that gets approved and processed and whatnot, he's gonna bring in a trade-in. It's a 2006 BMW 325. He's giving me that trade-in, $2,000 cash, and then he is financing the rest. And you know, when I do financing, I don't budge on price. So I had it listed for $79.91, essentially $8,000, and that's basically what he's paying. But he is out of Washington, so I am doing taxes. I am doing the registration, title, and everything for him on his behalf. So the total was like $8,700, something like that. But the main thing right now is get this Jeep started. Hopefully it'll make it the 3-4 miles to Copart with no issues, because I don't have the trailer here. I'm gonna jump start it right now. Jump box is on. Still got the check engine light on. That's a little surprising because the Jeep has been sitting here for probably a week and a half, if not more. So the battery should have been dead, unless, you know, it charged up with the little driving I did, and it's totally fine. Yeah, sometimes we win some, sometimes we lose some. Hopefully this won't be a big loss. At least kind of get my money out of it is what I'm hoping for. The idle issue has been definitely fixed, because it's been idling for a few minutes now, and it sounds totally fine. So we'll actually see if the transmission is gonna act up right now, but regardless, I already have a number for it at Copart, a lot number, so I just need to drop it off. So there's third gear. I roll up my window. I don't know if that was fourth or not. But see, right now it's totally fine. Yeah, we're up to speed, we're cruising. But I'm very curious if the issue is the same as my Ford, the F-150. It ran totally fine, shifted with absolutely no issues until the transmission warmed up. Once it warmed up, that's when it was having issues. So again, I didn't warm this car up too much right now. So maybe that's why it's shifting totally fine, but I guess we'll see. By the time we get to Copart, I'm assuming it will warm up, and we'll see if it's gonna continue having issues.
A few moments later.
Well, here's an update. Just died on this light. I had to jump start it, which is always very awkward. There's kind of 3-4 cars behind us. So yeah, she ain't running 200%. Oh, that's a beautiful CLS 63. But again, we're gonna be off the main road shortly, and honestly, this is how it goes sometimes. It sucks. I can't say that it's embarrassing, but it's definitely uncomfortable. It's running now. I got my foot on the brake and foot on the gas a little bit, so we're just about 1,000 RPM, just above 1,000 RPM. And here we go, we are off, and from here, honestly, I should be able to make it to Copart with no issues. I got, nope, no, we're cutting out. So who knows? Who knows? You guys know what else kind of sucks? I forgot the title and all the paperwork for this Jeep. Yeah, and I feel like transmission's starting to kind of act up. Yeah, so I'll have to drop it off here and then go back to the lot, grab the title paperwork, and then go back to Copart. So, slight little goof up on my end, but it is what it is. It's okay. And it's trying to cut out here and there. See? There you go. Caught that one on video. But we are in the home stretch. We got about a mile until Copart. And then we'll just leave it there and kind of finish up with the paperwork. Here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. It made it, but like I said, I need to go get the title and such for it. So I'm gonna grab my jump box, because that's not a gift to Copart. and we're gonna go back to the office to get the title.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Got the title. Here we go, guys. Hopefully Jeep sells at a reasonable price. Keys in here, and I remember not to do it super tight, so you could actually start it here at run. Here's a lot number if you guys want to follow along. I don't know when I'll post the video, but main thing I had on my list is done, so now I get to take a car to my detailer and kind of go from there. So we just dropped off a car at the detailer. I'm not gonna show you guys what car because that's a separate video. I already filmed what I needed to with that one. So it's a new purchase. It's a salvage title purchase with no damage. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel to see what I got with no damage, but apparently salvage title. And today everyone is helping. Chloe, say hi. I love that shy face. So right now we're going back to the lot. Don't really have anything else kind of going on there. One other thing I want to give you guys, well, actually two things. So this is the Mercedes. If you guys are following the channel, I bought it from Mannheim. I replaced 2 rear airbags on it, air compressor and the alternator, and I just did an oil change on it. So once my wife's car is done, the X5, BMW X5, then this Mercedes is going to go in for a detail and I'm gonna sell it. See, another thing why I think it's the crankshaft position sensor is sometimes during a start it kind of struggles, and I know that's one of the symptoms. So I'm actually trying to not drive this car as much, but sometimes, I mean, I need to drive something, and this is kind of the car that comes to mind. The other thing is I was the highest bidder on 2 cars, also salvage title cars, and one of them I did get, so I won the car. The other one, I am the highest bidder. I know the seller countered. I didn't even open the app. I don't know what they countered at. And then I'm gonna try to buy a truck out of Seattle, also salvage title. Now, if you guys are following the channel, I have been staying away from salvage title cars, Copart and IAA, but because buying cars is so darn difficult right now, Mannheim and Odessa, everything is going above value. Like the Nissan Leaf right there, I'm selling it for $4,500. I think I'm $3,200 into that car. Last week in Seattle, same year, similar miles, sold for around $5 grand. That's before shipping, that's before detailing, that's before auction fees. What am I gonna sell it at? If I'm $3,200 into that one, I don't want to be, you know, $5,400, $5,500 into another Nissan Leaf that I buy. So all prices are honestly through the roof right now. So I'm scrambling to find inventory, honestly. So I'm going back to salvage title. That's why I'm looking at Copart. That's why I'm looking at IAA. The other video, the vehicle I just dropped off, that one came from IAA, salvage title. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. There's a whole bunch of cars coming to the channel, some clean title, some salvage title, so there's definitely a lot more content to be made. So if you are not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. For this video, this is gonna be it. Follow the Jeep, see how much it does on Copart if you have an account. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys in another video.